Michael, you know, I'm just glad I wasn't wrong. That's all. I'm just glad I wasn't wrong. All right. There we go. Yeah, so are we talking about Haunted Mansion? Hot Duelist, FreshBaked, did you ever see my comment about those cherry pickers? Maybe, I don't know. What was your comment? RL, prediction, cast members get a $2 raise. I'm hoping they do better than that. Kraus Mouse Adventures gifted $2. Thank you. Met you on the train. Keep up the great work. Our pleasure. Thank you. Nice to have met you as well. Jeremy Cole gifted $2. Thank you. Thanks for the Tropicana in vid. Will you do others? Interestingly, the Westin Anaheim reached out to us. They want to sponsor a video, so we'll be doing that one at least. But yeah, I think we're going to do some more of those. There was a pretty good response to that video, and it's something that I want to do, or I wanted to do, and I'm glad that you guys responded because that's going to help encourage me to do more. Yes, Carol, it is true. Haunted Mansion is opening on the 29th, Monday, in a couple days. Porkins, people will be on their summer vacation and Disneyland opens the Halloween ride. Well, it's only about a month early. It's not a big deal. Plus, it's that or nothing. And they need to open something down there, I think. So I totally get it. I mean, would you rather they just not open it and just leave it closed? Because it was going to open on August 23rd as the Haunted Mansion holiday. Kenneth, get the $2. Thank you very much, Kenneth. Yes, it'll be a virtual queue. I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but I took that opportunity, this news, as an opportunity to announce that we're ready to start our newsletter, something we've been talking about, kind of occasionally over the past month or so. And the newsletter is ready. I think the only link I have I can share. Let's see. Let me go see if I can find the link. Is that my wife? Is she on the live? I'll share the link here. But one of the first thing we're going to do in that newsletter is provide a quick summary of how to do a virtual queue. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a link. I'm going to copy that. Okay, here's a link to the newsletter. Newsletter. Oh, wait. Hi, honey. I see you as if I didn't just spend the last hour and a half hanging out with you and playing with our child at McDonald's. Try that again. It didn't show up as a proper link. Am I on the wrong? Wait. I am on the right account. Okay, I'm confused why that's showing up as tours departing daily. Thank you to Cohen Film for the $20. He says, thank you for your awesome content. Our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you also to Red Panda Daddy for the $5 gift. Definitely want more hotels. Do they have the human dryers at Grizzly? No, they do not. Okay, so that link get through okay? Is that clickable? Why is my chat showing up as tours departing daily when I'm logged into FreshBaked? I am logged into the wrong account. Hold on, guys. I gotta leave this. Wait. I'm logged into the wrong account, not on my phone, but on my laptop here. So let's go here. And then let me, no. There we go. Let me try this again. Okay, I'm going to try that link. There we go. Does that work? Yes, that works. Now it works. It was because I was logged in on the wrong account. Okay, so let's go back. We've got a gift from Noel West. He gifted $7. Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Going in November, and we'll be using lots of your wonderful tips and strategies. Awesome to hear. Thank you to Jungle Cruiser for the $5 gift. I hate the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay. It's the worst thing ever. It should go away and take up residence in Walt Disney World. Give me my grim grinning ghost. There'd be a lot of support for that, but there's also a lot of people who love Haunted Mansion holiday too. Okay, let me go back. I want to catch up on a couple things. I got to make sure. Okay. Did anybody? Yeah. If you're freshly signed up for the newsletter, did you catch my little delightful reference there? I hope you guys enjoyed that. Waldo, love the Tropicana video. I was always thinking of trying that hotel. Where to go? And I think we will. You should. It's great. I mean, it's exactly what you want from an across the street hotel. Or I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's also not a disappointment either. And it's literally just a couple of minutes from the Esplanade. I mean, it took us I think it was 2 or 3 minutes to get to bag check, and then another couple of minutes to get through the front gate. I mean, it was like 5 minutes. Petey, get the $2. Thank you. Any more Country Bear than the counter service? Not so far. Not yet. Kenneth Bartley, get the $5. Thank you. Is rope dropping from Grand California Hotel entrance faster than main gate to pier on a Saturday? Actually, no. I believe that rope dropping from the main gate is faster to every location except, well, to the pier. No, it's probably about the same. It is a kind of a circuitous route from Grizzly Peak, from Grizzly Peak, and you got to kind of go around and this way and that, and it's about the same. The only difference is there's less competition, so that helps. Being able to, there'll be fewer people that you have to, navigate through. So if you're trying to go to the pier, or actually if you're trying to go to Grizzly, or it'll be quicker. Yeah, if you're trying to go to Grizzly River Run and that's it, maybe Little Mermaid, but it'll be quicker to the pier, possibly from Grand Cal. Thank you to Sufi for the $10 gift. Thanks, FreshBaked, for all you do. I'll be there all next week for my birthday, and Haunted Mansion opening is the perfect birthday gift from Disney. I agree. I'm really grateful. I'm happy. I know there are people who are a little upset that it's July and Haunted Mansion holiday and all that stuff, but I just want an attraction open there. I just want something that people can do on that side of the park, just to relieve the pressure a little bit. Like, it's just so dead over there, and it's time. It's time for us to be able to do something on that side of the park. Jungle Cruiser gifted $5. Thank you. So how are we going to get expansion when the stock is at $89 and falling? Also, I think Bob Iger 2.0 has been a failure. To answer that second statement, it certainly hasn't been a victory. I don't know if it's a failure yet, but it has not been a victory. If people give me a grade, I would say maybe a C at this point, maybe a high D, low C, high D for Bob. He's at least stopped all the Chapekness. We haven't really seen much more of the Chapekness, which is good. But I haven't really seen anything from Bob that says we're turning the tide. We're riding the ship. I don't see any sort of. I don't see anything that suggests that they are interested in serving the guest, that they actually give a crap about us. That's the one thing I would like to have seen more from Bob in this time. How long has it been? A year and a half now? I don't feel any more loved by Bob today than I did a year and a half ago. To answer your other question, wait, where'd it go? They're going to borrow money. They're going to borrow money anyway, so I don't think they need to. They're good for it. CBCJR, get the $20. Thank you. Alexis Catherine is in the park. Oh. However, Olga Vellucci is in Tomorrowland. Oh, she's on Smuggler's Run. Is in Tomorrowland. I'll pay for Olga, and when Alexis gets off, you can get her. Okay, how's that? That sounds like a deal. So, I gotta let my phone is dead, so I gotta let this charge up a little bit. When I'll queue you guys up, and we'll get this handled. Carrie Cyril, get the $10. Thank you. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Carrie, for saying that. I appreciate you. Elise, get the $2. Thank you very much. Traveling Raindrops, get the $2. I'm thinking they're opening a Haunted Mansion also because of D23. Well, maybe that's possible, but I think it's more true that they just simply know that they can't just keep going this way. They can't. They just can't keep going like this. Something has to improve. And, giving us something is better than not giving us anything. Drew Whitney, how is Iger better than Chapek? He's not Chapek. Chapek was the worst thing that ever happened to Disney because he gave license to all the terrible ideas, all the terrible money-hungry ideas. He just said, you know what, screw old traditions, screw whatever was sacred to people about what Disney was or wasn't, F all that, and we're going to do whatever we got to do to make money. Because, for example, there was, I think we've talked about this in the past, there had been talk of monetizing FastPass for decades. They were talking about this as soon as they came up with the FastPass system. They started talking about monetizing it, and people said, don't do it. You can't do it. You can't monetize FastPass. It'll be bad for you in the long run. And they resisted. For decades, they resisted. But as soon as Chapek got there, he's like, you know what? We're doing it. We're doing it. And now look where we are. The GD Plus and the reservation system have contributed to probably 80% of the ill will towards Disneyland, in my opinion. Lou gifted $5. Thank you. Wanted to say thanks for the content. I love it. Also, first time super chat, so wanted to test it out. You did it. Good job. Good job. Oh, I'm sorry, not Lou. It's Laud 10. Why did I see Lou? Deania gifted $20. Thank you very much. Hello, David. Enjoy the Tropicana videos so much. That is where we stay every time you come to Disney. We got so excited, booked a surprise birthday vacation for my birthday from Getaway today. Well, thank you very much, Deania. That's great. Who killed Splash Mountain? Well, certainly that wasn't Iger. That move had already been underway that was a COVID thing. So that was Chapek's tenure, right? So it wasn't Iger. Drew Whitney, I've always had a soft spot for Iger for saving California Adventure. That's true. Eisner builds DCA 1.0 and it looks like crap. It's one of the least Disney parks they've ever built. Nothing. Well, or Hollywood Studios is not so great either. But yeah, and at least Iger spent $1 billion trying to undo that mistake, and that was on Iger. Iger is the one responsible for 2.0. Good kid. Will the blue lights actually get fixed on Space Mountain? Stay tuned for our next construction update on Monday, because we will be addressing that. Is Mission Breakout still down one elevator? I think so, but I'm not positive. Look at the wakeboard or the tip board right now, and we can maybe try and guess. It's at 2%. My phone is at 2% still. Let's go. Shannon Marie, how was your Disney day with Sophie? We had a wonderful day. Liz and I took Sophie to the park on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or no, Tuesday? And we had a great time. We had a really nice time. People say, how come we never see Sophie and Liz in the videos? Well, I mean, like, do we not take her? We do take her sometimes. We just don't always put her in the videos. But Sophie is not wanting for a good time at our house. I'll say that. We try to accommodate her as much as possible. What? Okay, somebody's asking for the link again. I'll paste it here. That link is to our newsletter, and actually the first post in that newsletter is going to be about doing the virtual queue for Haunted Mansion and what you should know about that. So if you want a little synopsis, a little refresher on how to use the virtual queue, can subscribe to our newsletter. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing, and we'll be giving you guys a little breakdown on how to make that virtual queue thing happen. Oh, I can pin that. That's right, huh? Okay, so pin that message. There we go. Now I don't have to keep pasting it. There's that link that you're seeing at the top is for our newsletter, which people are responding. It's been fun seeing people sign up for that. Do I think there will be any soft openings? No, I do not think that there will be soft openings. Is Deadpool actually going to talk in Avengers Campus? Yes. Vegas Disney travelers, the parks are insane busy. Yeah, they have been very busy since Monday. I was there Monday night filming a fireworks effect video, which I'm hoping to have out tomorrow if everything goes according to Hoyle. It was bazonkers Friday or Monday night. It took me back. Busiest day I've seen in probably a year. Deadpool should do the Jungle Cruise. That'd be hilarious, but nah, that probably won't work. Will Deadpool be able to cuss? Of course not. Ryan Lapastito, why is there a virtual queue? Because there is no actual queue. There's no physical queue. The actual queue is still a mound of dirt. There's a giant pool-sized hole in the back of the queue. They have nowhere to put those guests. They can't queue the guests up anywhere that are waiting to go in via standby. So the only way to get the attraction open is to have an imaginary line, an imaginary queue that's done digitally. How long will Deadpool be there? Not very long. Maybe a week or two, I'm guessing. Maybe not even that. I'm waiting for my phone to charge, by the way, you guys, so that before I can start placing orders, which it looks like I can probably start it now at least. I'm at 4%. Let's go. Deadpool should take over the Sanctum. Actually, they're putting him in that queue, the bullpen for the Hyperion Theater. The virtual queue requires your phone. Yes, it does. You do have to have the app in order to get a virtual queue. Do I think the virtual queues will be gone in 1 second like Rise? Initially, maybe. I don't know. You know, there's a lot of demand to see the Haunted Mansion, but it's not like it's a new ride. It's not a new ride, so it's not gonna. It won't be as bad as Rise, but there will be demand. It's gonna sell out. Red Panda Daddy, get the $2. Thank you. How long do you think space will be down for? I'm gonna say a month probably. I have to look at the calendar. I'm not sure what the calendar says right now. It is hot as heck in my garage right now. Bing bong bing. Medical Fried Chicken. Iger was still chairman of the board, didn't even leave his office. As far as I know, Iger doesn't make, or at that time he wasn't making or wouldn't make operational decisions. That's the reason why you have a president, chief executive officer, is to make decisions like that. I think it's funny that, you know, people want to, for the same reason people want to blame Iger for some of the operational decisions that are made here at Disneyland. You know, Ken Potrock has a job. They pay him a lot of money to run Disneyland. And it's not like he's just sitting there, you know, looking at his computer screen and not doing anything at all. Ken Potrock is responsible for quite a bit of what is ailing at Disneyland. So while there might be directive, or there might be like, hey, we need you to do this or do that, you know, in terms of overall, like, sort of big plans, there isn't just one person making every single decision in the Disney company. There are a lot of people making a lot of decisions in that company. Okay, Disneyland. Okay, who am I getting first? No chance we see Wolverine, no. No chance. I'm getting beignets, okay. Is it just one? Am I getting a 3-pack or more? Olga Bellucci. Thomas gifted $5. Thank you. Any updates on Mr. Lincoln? Will there be a Walt Disney animatronic? I think that's still up for debate. I think they're still trying to decide whether or not they want to, I think. Olga, is it just you or is there anybody else in your party? A 6-pack it is. You got it. Okay, the order has been placed, and your code, eventually, is 3487, and it's going to be ready at 7:45. 3487. Light 317 Jupiter. Do you still think the mansion will open this month? You got to follow us on Twitter, Jupiter. They confirmed today, and we reported on Twitter a couple days ago also that it's going to be open on Monday. Haunted Mansion will open on Monday. I would like some water, actually. Yeah, that'd be great. This coffee is not doing it for me, but I don't think a fan it'll be too obnoxious, I think. William De Michelli, gifted $5. Thank you very much. Is the Little Magic Shop on Main Street still there? Yes, it is. Under new ownership, actually. I believe that Judge Doom will be back for Oogie Boogie this year, yes. I don't know that for sure, but I believe it to be. Well, that's weird. Okay, it just said I could say I'm here, so your food is going to be ready in just a couple of minutes. Your beignets, that is. If you're in the neighborhood, they'll be ready in just a couple of minutes. Will the exterior of the mansion be decorated? Yes. It's already decorated, actually. The number, again, is 3487. Any chance Ryan Reynolds will be under the costume? I mean, I guess there's a chance. I mean, he is in San Diego right now. That would be insane, though. That would be too much. We'll know, though. Awesome. Thanks, honey. Mm-hmm. Any word on what was offered to cast members to avert the strike? No, and they still have to vote to ratify that agreement. But no, I don't know what the terms were. I know there was quite a disparity between what Disney was offering and what cast were asking. So I doubt they got all the way to where they wanted, but certainly it'll be an improvement. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said yes. Since you were so close on your guess for the Haunted Mansion opening date, what is your official guess on the opening date for Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Well, I was close because I had heard things. I haven't heard anything yet on Tiana's, but just by using simple logic, we were 4 months behind Walt Disney World. We were 4 months behind that job, and they started... Or they opened, I can't remember, but whatever, that 4 months got me to believing it was going to be late September. If we stay on track, it would be late September for 4 months. You know, exactly, something like that. Okay, your food's ready. Mobile order is ready. Are you still building a new studio, Christian? No, we're not, because I've stopped doing news. So I don't really have a need for a studio at the moment. This is the set this is my new set. I only ever use it now for this live stream. Deanna, I do believe that everything will be open in December, yes. I may still do news someday, but right now it just... I've got too much on my plate, and it's, you know, every time I decide to add something to the, you know, whatever you call it, the stable of things that we do, in this case the newsletter, and I'm trying to amplify our social media presence a little bit on, you know, Twitter and Instagram. So anytime I shift my focus onto something else, some other part of the operation has to suffer, and right now it's the news that is being discarded. So you know, and I'm doing that so that I can work on the newsletter and work on our presence on Twitter and Instagram. You know, in the process where, you know, I brought in some editors to help with that, and now hopefully maybe a writer also. Still looking for a professional thumbnail designer. So I guess we'll just talk about that. If anybody is, I'm looking for a really high quality thumbnail designer, a good referral at least, point me in the right direction. I've tried going on some of these, YouTube job hunting sites, and I've been on Upwork and stuff, and it's just, I haven't been impressed with anything. I mean, it's okay, but I want something that actually is specific to our niche as opposed to just doing whatever is popular. So hit me up, write me at freshbakedisney@gmail.com. If you are a thumbnail designer, I would like to see some, examples, or if you can refer me to somebody, then yeah, send me to freshbakedisney@gmail.com. Shadowless Pan, get the $10. Thank you. Hello, fellow muffins. I'm here to sprinkle a little pixie dust on your day. That's great. David, help David out and hit that like button. Wow, he's taking over for Nate. How do you get the newsletter if you don't have Twitter? There's a link right at the top of the window in the chat. Mary, that link in the top of the chat is for the newsletter. I'll also be I'll be adding that into the description of the videos and stuff like that. What did I forget, honey? Yes, I have noticed, Chicken Ball, I have noticed the price increases. Some of those are pretty drastic, but otherwise it's kind of normal. It's kind of standard. I think milk went up by like 30%. Oh, I forget to make them, you mean? Yeah, they say that the thumbnail is supposed to be, the thumbnail and title should be the first thing that you make when you come up with a video. It's always the last thing I do. So I'm not very good at the thumbnail and title thing. Oh, to tell you as well. Yeah, if you want to let Liz know, that's fine too. But I gave them my email address, so hopefully that should be sufficient. The Doxy Phantom, Fresh Baked is growing. Happy to see it. You ain't seen nothing yet, Doxy. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, hey, by the way, who else am I buying a treat for? I forgot. I'm already out of whack here. When will Hungry Bear Barbecue reopen? I'm going to say whenever they reopen Critter Country. Same time. But we don't know what that is. September? Joe Green, have you thought about doing a day where you buy Genie Plus and go on everything and discuss the value it gives for time savings? Yes, absolutely I have. AK Disney, I went to the OC Fair and dinner was $60. Liz and I went to the OC Fair last Sunday, and I kid you not, we spent probably, I'm gonna guess $300 or $400. We spent $100 just on ride and game tickets. Sean from Phoenix gifted $5. Thank you. Hi, I got my Honda Center tickets today. Did you get yours? Yes, we got, last week. Yes. I thought, CVC, I thought there was somebody else that you had queued up. Courtney, I wish I could help Fresh Baked grow. I have so many ideas and I want to help. Well, what do you have in mind? Any personal wishes for the 70th? Paint the night. That's it. Oh, they left the chat. Okay. Andy Moray, get the $5. Thank you, Dave. Is the Fresh Baked Stud Muffin. My gosh. Thank you for your excellent content. Thank you, Andy. Very sweet of you to say. Courtney, do you mean before or just now? Have I missed your email? All right, we'll stand by. If there's anybody else that wants a treat, it's already been arranged. So make yourself known. Courtney, I'll look for that email, but if you want to send it again as well, that'd be great. I don't recall. I mean, it wouldn't be the first email that I've missed. I'm sorry to say. I have tunnel vision sometimes, so I don't always get to everything. Adventure with April. Would you ever get another host for videos, or do you like keeping it just you? Well, think about it this way, April. I'm going to be dead someday. So if this channel is going to outlive me, if this channel ever desires to go beyond my lifetime, then yeah, I'm going to have some kind of alternate plan. I don't know. I think Liz, we're talking about maybe Liz doing some of the acoustic stuff, but the hosting thing is another thing. That's Laramie. Look, Laramie, you're right. I am the worst at it. Talk to my wife; she knows. It's just not. It's not in my wheelhouse. I hope Sophia's ready to go by the time I'm dead. DA gifted $5. Thank you. Hey David, do you think there may be a soft opening for Haunted Mansion on Sunday? I mean, maybe, but it's doubtful. I'm 80% sure there will be no soft opening. Jungle Cruiser gifted $5. Thank you. Dave, the AI chat recap is amazing. It elevates the topics discussed and those that contribute. Also, we need the game shown on FreshBaked Presents. What game? I just lost the game. Yeah, that's a YouTube thing. They do the chat recap. I don't have to turn that on or off. So I don't know, but I agree. That's very nice. If you could put anything in the Innovations building, what would it be? A bulldozer. Isabella, do you think getting a virtual queue spot will be hard in the first week? Well, that depends on what you define as hard. They will sell out. They will. But when exactly, I don't know. But don't expect them to last for very long. Yeah, it had been a while for me too, Irene. But thanks to whoever said that about the game, now I've lost it. What would I put in its place? Literally anything. It doesn't really matter what goes there. I just feel like that building has been handcuffing Tomorrowland for a long time. It's been something that has kept Tomorrowland from evolving. Let's all have a moment of silence for the passing of Laramie on location, if we could, please. Nobody saw this coming. There was nothing we could have done to prevent it. It's not going to be Rise of the Resistance hard, no. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy either. By the way, Laramie, Liz said you're maybe going back to Florida. I did get that passed on to me. I'm not sure if you sent me a text about that or not, but I really am bad. Olga got her beignets right on. Okay. Wait, for real? For real? 98% in November? Do you have a job lined up already? It's not at Disney, right? Shadowless Pan, get the $20. Thank you. What if Disneyland made the back half of Autopia underground in a World of Motion type of show building? They could revamp the ride and make it new with similar ride system as Radiator Springs Racers, and then add another ride on top of the buried section. I mean, that seems very expensive. I'll just say that. Which, I mean, it sounds great, but it probably won't happen because that just sounds really, really expensive. Oh, so it's your same job, but you're going to do it in Florida. Okay. Do you work in a brick and mortar now, or you don't work remotely now? Courtney, yeah, I really just need somebody running my life 24/7. Drew gifted $5. Thank you. Thanks for recommending the Rancho Plate Fantasmic voucher. I finally watched Fantasmic, and it was the best part of my best day ever. That's exactly, the Fantasmic package is worth it, definitely. All right, Laramie, will you keep me posted, okay? I'm ready to kick that thing back up again. I'm ready. And it's going to be super easy. It's going to be super, super easy to do. Dave, are there some areas in the parks that are not union jobs? As far as I know, there aren't any, no. Courtney, how will he keep you posted if you already let him die by not responding before? Because I'm going to have either Liz or a personal assistant handling that for me. Shadows paying at the $2. Thank you. Great ideas often cost money. Look at Tokyo. I'm not saying that it's not a. Yeah, I understand that. I just don't think Disney's willing. If it were up to me, I'd spend all the money. Tokyo's not afraid to spend money. Walt wasn't afraid to spend money, but this current regime is. Ralph Moon gifted $5. Thank you. Can't that whole Starcade, Captain EO Theater, Pizza Planet, Innoventions complex be reimagined without affecting Space Mountain? Well, considering it's in the middle, it would be difficult to say, hey, we're going to do this whole thing. We're going to take out all these pieces and make one new thing, because Haunted Mansion bisects those two spaces. So you could do something here and you could do something there, but you can't make a unified thing unless you tear down Space Mountain, which, by the way, was on the table, I think, at one point. But the Starcade and Captain EO Theater, it's not actually a lot of space. Disney was really, really good at making the most out of a little bit of space when they designed Disneyland, but that's because they could back then. Today, with modern building codes, the reason why they build things so big today, bigger, like, you couldn't build Mr. Toad's today. Even if you wanted to, even if you said, I want to build a small dark ride, you couldn't, because the state of California won't let you. It's why the Matterhorn will never be rebuilt, because if they did, the Matterhorn, the base of the Matterhorn would extend. It would take over the Mad Tea Party and half of the frickin' lake at the Nemo Lagoon. Any idea when the Marceline expansion opens? I actually talked about that in our last construction update. That means you didn't watch our last construction update, Jeff. No, I'm kidding. Late fall, early winter. If you could ride one ride with Walt Disney Park, I mean, the People Mover all day. Does it have to be a modern ride or can it be an old ride? I would do the People Mover with Walt. Kenneth gifted $5. Thank you very much. How long will Haunted be virtual? I'm there September 9/15. It'll be virtual then. It'll be virtual for as long as it takes them to finish the queue. That's because the queue itself. Wait, let me rephrase. That's because they can only do virtual queue for as long as there's no place to put guests. Okay, if the queue is under construction, they have no place to put those standby guests. So as long as they don't have any place to put standby guests, Haunted Mansion will have to be virtual queue. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out. Kellen Scheid, get the $5. Thank you. Used standby with kid and stroller for Fantasmic second showing and was right on the water. Showed up 15 minutes before showtime. Is this normal? No, because those spots on the water are reserved for dining packages. Unless you meant like on the far right or like over there by closer to the Mark Twain station. Thomas gifted $5. Thank you. Would you like them to bring the Main Street Electrical Parade back? Do you see it happening? I would love to have the Main Street Electrical Parade back simply because I like nighttime parades. The more entertainment, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, as long as there's something happening at night, I'm happy. Ryan Labastida, get the $5. Thank you. Do you have a favorite time to go to Disneyland for food, either festival seasons or special events? The best food is probably, help me out, wife, help me out. Lunar New Year. That's the best food, Lunar New Year. Jungle Cruiser, get the $5. Thank you. Dave, I'm getting nervous with all the pyro accidents recently. Mickey having the pyro go off way too early. Also the shell that shut Fantasmic early. Yeah, this is because Disney is still not paying close enough attention to, they're just not applying enough care. And so they don't have as many redundancies, they don't have as many backups, they don't have as many checks, that kind of thing to make sure everything is working as it should, unfortunately. Shadows Pan, get the $5. Thank you. Or move Ariel to the empty Phantom Boats area and replace her ride in DCA with Coco. I think that was already planned. There was talk of replacing Ariel's Undersea Adventure with Coco. Kathy, how do we sign up for your newsletter? There's a link right at the top. It's a pinned post there in the top of the chat. Dave, is there a plan to actually tear down Tortilla Joe's? Well, I assume so, because when Disney announced that barbecue joint that they're putting in its place, they said that It was the barbecue joint, and I forget the other restaurant that they were going to put in that place. They said that they were going to put those in the footprint of the Tortilla Joe's restaurant. So that if they're using the word footprint, that means they're going to destroy it. If they were just going to put those restaurants inside that building, they would have just said they're going to put them where Tortilla Joe's is. John, get the $5. Thank you. Will they ever make a deal with Universal to have Marvel characters in rides at Disney that are also at Islands of Adventure? Well, that contract expires at some point. I don't know for how long. I don't think it's going to be a deal because Universal has to want to also, unless they completely overbid for that, but they probably won't. So just whenever that expires, whenever that deal expires. I don't know when it does, but that would be it. Phantasmic Standby was by Harbor Galley. Okay. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. I could see that. That's not one of the higher, one of the big competitive areas to see the show. Eventually with Adam, just getting in. Dave, any discussion of the closure of the monorail coming up? As far as I know, it's not I don't know yet what the reason is, but it's very likely it's simply because it's hot. This is something they've done in the past. This would not be the first time they've shut down the monorail for a month or so because it's just too darn hot. They already are shutting it down during like at 2 o'clock right now. If you try to get on the monorail at 2 o'clock most days, you won't be able to. They'll shut it down until sunset or close, like dusk. But at a certain point, they're just going to shut it down completely. Magic Key sales news? None. No. I'm guessing we won't see any Magic Keys until they're done with Tiana's. Amaze JC, they recently refurbished the Incredible Hulk coaster at Islands of Adventure, so I'm sure that the contract has a good decade at least to go. I wonder if it goes both ways. Like, is the agreement simply that Disney can't compete, or is the agreement that once it's over, Universal also can't use those same IP? Like, is there a point at which they could both do it? I wonder. I mean, I suppose Disney wouldn't want that, but I wonder if that's within the realm of possibility. Rafael Alba, if you could work any position at Disneyland Park, what would it be and why? I don't know. Like on the ground in the park, on the ground. There's not very many jobs that I would love to be able to drive a vehicle down Main Street all day, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. I would probably quit after a couple of weeks because it would just give me so much anxiety. But that seems like a cool job. Working on the Mark Twain all day seems like a good job. But really what I want is to work in the offices, and I want to be the guy that tells people that this idea is stupid. That I want to be the guy that runs all their decisions through, is this good for the guest filter? That's what I want to be. I want to be the guest filter. People Mover John, get the $10. Thank you. David, what are your thoughts on the decor at the Country Bear Barbecue? And what about a character meet and greet? I think it's going to be light. I don't expect for them to go over the top with theming and with decor. They're just going to replace the signage, replace the critters out front. And character meet and greet, probably not. Although, I mean, not at the Country Bear, but they might just have the bears walking around. You might just be able to, just the same way you see, or saw Rabbit or Tigger walking around, right? When the when the meet and greet was closed, like just walking around and saying hi to guests, and then they go backstage again. Shadows Pan, get the $5. Thank you. If we get a Toy Story Land from Disneyland Forward, probably not likely. I'd like to see a real Pizza Planet, the one from the movie with arcade games. You know, I don't think it's possible for that idea to work, to be honest. I think they should give up on that idea, because I don't think that it would actually draw kids the way people think it would. In the same way that they don't have an arcade now. You know, the whole idea of what it's at Alien Pizza Planet is to have, you know, games like that you would see at what do they call those places now, where you can go to play games and drink beers. I don't think that translates to Disneyland. I really don't. I think they need to give up on any idea of them putting something like Pizza Planet in a park. It's kind of like the Hollywood backlot. It seems like it would be a good idea. Dave & Buster's, thank you. I don't, what that is Dave & Buster's, but with an alien theme or a Pizza Planet theme. I don't think it'll work. I don't think people will give a crap about that. They're not going to go in there and play those games. So you're better off just doing something else, in my opinion. But yeah, like I was saying, it's the same thing as the backlot. Backlot seems like a fun idea, but the reality is nobody cares. In the same way that nobody cares about there being interactive features at Galaxy's Edge. They overestimate things that the guests want sometimes. Interactive features, people don't want them. They really don't. They don't want to have interactive features in the queues, and they don't want to be responsible for their own entertainment. They just want to be entertained. You do the work, Disney. I'm just going to sit here and laugh at you, or have fun with it, or whatever. I don't want to have to do any work. Bradley H gifted $5. I wonder if Disney has ever considered crowdfunding the People Mover. I don't think it's an issue of money. It's about their ability to. I don't think that they can physically. It's very difficult. There's a lot of nuance to that idea, and it's not as simple as turning it on or off or refurbing it. For example, part of the track that ran through Buzz Lightyear is demoed. It doesn't exist anymore. Some of that track is gone. Other parts of the track are embedded into Space Mountain, which they can't take the track out. So I don't think, or I also, as I understand it, the track that goes through Space Mountain is no longer ADA compliant, if I'm not mistaken. RGS gifted $7. Thank you very much. And I think that's it. Did we arrive at 8 p.m.? Are we here an hour? Yes, we are. We made it. It's here. All right, guys. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. In case you missed it here at the end, that link that's been pinned to the top of this chat is to our newsletter. We're going to do weekly updates on that. I don't know what day yet, but look for something soon with regard to Haunted Mansion and the virtual queue. And it's free. The newsletter's free. And a lot of it is going to be stuff that you probably aren't going to see in a video. Some ideas are maybe too small, or they don't justify a whole video, but still very helpful just the same. So join that newsletter, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. FreshBaked.